Welcome to CarDekho, where we help you pick the right car right now. And right now, we are taking a close look at the all-new Wagon R. It's bigger, better loaded with features than before, and even gets a more powerful engine option, all the while remaining the quirky tall boy it's always been. However, even in this new generation, the Wagon R isn't perfect. So we're about to give you the complete picture real quick. The new Wagon R doesn't just look different versus the old car, it's also grown in size. Not only is it longer, it's also wider and has a larger wheelbase. The new dimensions have been put to good use in two ways. First, cabin space. The 2019 Wagon R is more spacious than the old car, not just in terms of legroom but also shoulder room, making it better suited to seat 3 at the rear. That said, we'd recommend traveling with 3 at the rear only over short distances. The second benefit? The second benefit is practicality. In this new generation, the new Wagon R gets a massive increase in boot space and now has 341 litres of it. That's better than the Vitara Brezza's 328 litres or even the Baleno's 339, and shows where a big part of the added length of the car has been used. Not only does this give you more room for luggage, it also means a CNG tank won't take up all of the boot space whenever a CNG version of the Wagon R is introduced. Inside the cabin, the dashboard loses the pop-out type cup holders and the secondary glove box, but there's adequate storage space for knickknacks between the front passengers and bottle holders in all the doors. A major reason to choose the Wagon R is just how easy it is to get in and out of. The floor height is just right and the doors open real nice and wide, which makes usability, especially for older passengers, tremendously better. This may not seem like much, but for those who suffer from joint pains, this could be a big deal closer. The new Wagon R is available with the option of a 1.2-litre K-series petrol engine that we've seen in the Ignis. This engine is one of the main reasons why the Ignis is so much fun to drive, but in the Wagon R, which is mainly targeted at families, this makes life easier for the driver while driving with a heavy load or up in hilly areas. What's more, the premium this engine option commands makes choosing it over the smaller 1-litre unit a no-brainer. For just Rs 20,000 more, which only raises your EMI marginally, you get an engine that's punchier, smoother, better for driving with heavy loads or highways or inclines, and is still very fuel efficient in the real world. The new Wagon R is available in 3 variants: L, V and Z. Except for the base L grade, all the variants are available with an automated manual transmission. Yes, even the V grade with the 1-litre engine or the 1.2-litre engine gets the optional AMT, as does the top-spec Wagon R Z, which is only offered with the 1.2-litre engine. For 2019, the Wagon R gets more gizmos. In fact, it's the very first car to receive the brand new 7-inch Smart Play Studio touchscreen infotainment system, which does support Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It also gets steering-mounted audio and voice controls along with rear parking sensors, a driver airbag, and ABS with EBD offered as standard. The L and V variants are also available with an option pack that adds a front passenger airbag along with front pre-tensioner and force limiter seat belts, and at a premium of just Rs 6,500, it's a smart choice to ignore the L and V variants and only consider the LO or VO. There's no doubt then that the Wagon R has made significant improvements over the old model, but has everything actually changed for the better? Maruti Suzuki will be introducing a CNG variant of the Wagon R soon, but at launch it's only available with the 1-litre and 1.2-litre petrol engines. Several Wagon R buyers, including those looking at fleet usage, were expecting a CNG option to be available with the new model's introduction, but will now have to wait for a formal launch. We drove the Wagon R 1.2 at the media test drive and found that while this engine itself is as easy to use as it is in the Ignis or Swift, the noise insulation could have been better. You will notice that the engine noise is a lot more audible in the Wagon R than it is in other Maruti cars with the same engine, and we can put this down to the weaker cabin insulation. New as the Wagon R is, it does have some feature misses. It doesn't get a driver's seat height adjuster and none of the headrests are adjustable. This is particularly problematic at the rear since the integrated headrests there are too small to properly support even the neck of someone who is under 6 feet tall. As a result, rear passengers may have to change their preferred posture and sit lower than required just to get some head support. Also, the top-spec Z variant doesn't feel like it should be called a Z. Why? Because aside from the other feature misses, we'd have liked to see a rear camera here. After all, the Santro and even the Renault Kwid gets one. Or at least alloy wheels. Surely that's not expecting too much on the ZXI? The top spec doesn't get projector headlights like the old Stingray either. And we also found it strange that only the ZXI gets a tachometer. Why is that something limited to the top-end model alone? If you want a practical, spacious, easy to drive and efficient car for the family or even a hassle-free daily commuter, the Maruti Suzuki Wagon R makes for an even better pick than before. It's well priced, decently loaded and is simply very easy to live with. However, if you're looking at a car that feels a lot more premium, do take a look at the Hyundai Santro, and if you want a car that's more stylish and has some wow features like the 8-speaker Harman sound system, check out the Tata Tiago. Don't forget to share this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to CarDekho if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching.